Emergency, emergency, emergency +4. What a great show that was. I love that. When Molly bumped her head in San Francisco and we had to take her to hospital, apart from freaking out as a parent, one of the highlights afterwards, once we worked out she was okay, was getting to go into an emergency +4 vehicle. So cool. Not why I was wanting to talk to you. I just want to show you a real, live, amazing example of why Twitter is so cool. And also point out again why I don't follow many people. And there's many reasons for that. The first one is I think I'm just under 3,000 people following. So if I get my trusty calculator out here, there we are. Let's use 3,000 just for, sake. And they just did one Twitter, and I took 15 seconds. Oops. 3,000 times 15 seconds equals that. Now let's put that into, let's divide that by 60 so we get minutes. Let's divide that by, that's 750 minutes. Let's divide it by 60 again. Had a freak out there. It'd take me 12.5 hours to respond to everybody's messages, and that's only if they use one. It's not sustainable, and I guarantee you the people, and I've watched and followed, I've been on Twitter for a long time, and the Scobalizers and the Calsanas, they don't read all their Twitters. They dip in, they dip out, they dip in, dip out. Whereas the people I'm following, I really want to know everything that they're up to because they're part of my team, or they're very close associates, or they're friends. And so that's why I don't follow that many people. And I must admit, with the advances with Twirl, I must say it's making it easy to follow people, so I am slowly upping the number of people I follow. But it's not a snub. It's not that I am being rude, and it's not that case. Because you've got to understand something. Twitter is not an IM client. It's not instant message. Instant message is where there's a two-way reciprocation. You follow somebody because you're interested in what they have to say. It's that simple. There is no obligation on the part of the person that you're following to do anything other than provide interesting information to you. And if we fail in that sort of endeavor, then we're gone. We're out of there. And no more following. We lose a follower. And that's a saying. It's sort of sad that it's called followers because it's all a bit biblical. But it's not about that. It's you know what I mean. Okay. But people think that because I don't follow enough people that I'm being rude, I miss the conversation. No. And in fact, I am going to prove to you through this brilliant site that in fact I can be across far more with the use of a couple of amazing tools than I could ever. If I had 3,000 people, my Twirl would be unusable. Completely, it would be like a Vegas slot machine going off. Completely unusable. So let me show you this incredible tool. It's going to change your Twitter life. Yeah, enough talking. We'll move to the showing. This is Quotably, quotably.com. So we're going to just random pick a username. Oh, I don't know. Ed Dale. And we're going to click follow. Check this out. Now, I've sort of gone ahead of the game here, and you'll see I did a video on why I don't follow people much, and I used Seemic, which is this amazing video tool which integrates in with Twitter, so I can quickly whip off a short video message to people that will encompass much more than the 140 characters that I can with Twitter. It's a brilliant tool. Amazing. That's amazing tool number one. And you can see here, check this out. Twittikit, nice word. Don't be offended if you're not followed. Thanks, Ed Dale, for teaching that. Thank you. Good Seemic Twitter clarification. Look at this. Do I follow these people? No. All of these people have done @Ed Dales, so I get it. And here's the thing. If you do @Ed Dale, I will get that message. and I'd like to think I'll respond, unless it doesn't require any sort of response. So here we are. Now, see, there's people here that I don't follow. Now, these are all at Ed Dales. But do you see what's so good about this? Look, check this out. It's the conversation. I'm just going to bring these in, and I'll make them less wide so we can zoom them up even more. Okay. Here we are. We'll just move this across here. So you can see these are the actual things that actually are on my actual Twirl client. But look at all these conversations, some of which I don't get. And I'm coming to one that I really want to show you because this really shows the power of Twitter. Now, check this out. Now, this is a John Rees thing. I follow John Rees. Why? Good friend. Not because he's got anything to teach. I mean, he's serious? Come on. Taught him everything he knows. I'm kidding. However, let's have a look. So we're good. I'm watching. Now, here's the thing that this quotably does. First thing it does, which is really nice, it actually brings you the entire conversation, which is so cool. So cool. So I can read this, and I'm looking at this. You can see I have a crack at John and laughing at his misfortune of being stranded on a runway in Orlando. How cool is the world? How cool is the world when I can do that? And you can see good old Ed from Boston was telling me about a great use of Twitter, which was sports. I had a stir of him about Yankees, etc., etc. But then, boom, hang on. Bam, all of a sudden I see something. Anyone know why Ed Dale doesn't follow his followers back? I love Joy, whoever that is, for following all his followers. Thoughts? Dr. Manny, should be interesting. They'll be renaming it to Rizville. Okay, let's keep it real. That's right, exactly. As much as we'd like to think. Good question about Ed Dale Murray. Not quite sure. Maybe he's a bit shy. He does send direct messages back, and I do. I respond when people mention me. And here's Yarrow, and Yarrow is somebody I probably will follow because I know Yarrow very well and respect him. Doesn't mean that I don't respect you if I don't follow you. It's just I don't know you. This is not. It's not a tool where it's like blind dates. Why should it be blind dates? You should be doing everything you can to provide magnificent content so that people will be desperate to follow you. Yarrow does that in blogging. He's a fantastic blogger, really interesting to see. Gideon, somebody I also have got some time for. I've been checking out his twirls. But again, I don't follow him directly, but check this out. Gideon's telling him about that. And hey, Murray and Gideon are doing a bit of business. Would I have seen this without that? Would I have known that Gideon was doing interviews with people? No, wouldn't know. Am I a little bit more inclined to do a video interview with Gideon if I was? Now I know this. Yes. Why? Because it's over the shoulder. It's shoulder to shoulder marketing, not in your face marketing, and that's what's so cool. So let me see. Lots of congratulating me. All good. That's all good. Keep going. There we are. Murray's talking about that. Keep going. But anyway, can you see all these conversations? It rounds out the posts immensely, I think. You can see there where the wonderful Lynn Terry has mentioned me in a blog post, which I think kicked some of this off. Now here we are. This is where we get into the meat. Okay. Now I don't follow Jason. Don't know Jason. Same with Seth Godin. They're talking about me now, and I wouldn't have picked this up if I hadn't been able to use this quotable tool. I guess everyone has their methods and goals in mind and uses Twitter accordingly, which I can respect. It is true. I would use Twitter differently if it was just a group of friends instead of me as a character, if you will, for people follow me, I hope, because I've got interesting insights on the use of technology and marketing and so on. I would like to think that's why. Either that or rampant sex appeal. Maybe that as well. You can see it just refreshed. Okay, so let's keep going down. Okay, so thank you. Here we are, Jason. It certainly sends a message. Now I'm going, uh-oh, what's going on here? Now I want everyone to like me. Now, of course, that's not going to happen in any world, and I don't know that I'll convert these people. But I wouldn't have known that Jason has a negative view of me, except for the fact of this amazing tool, which is why I'm trying to tell you I'm way more over everything, and so can you be, by using this amazing tool. It just shows you how powerful Twitter is. So now, with this tool, I can even take it a lot further, because if I log in, I can actually reply on the spot. I can literally put a fire hose on the bushfire before it gets out of control. So how do we do that? So first of all, you remember up here I did record that quick video response for people about following. Here it was up here. So I'm going to actually just copy this. Here you can see I did that about 23 minutes ago. I'm just going to copy all of that actually. Thank you. Just did an Option C for those of you who are following along on the keyboard. I'm going to go back down here. Now I'm going to have to log in here at some point, and I want to rats, press the wrong thing. Now I'm going to go to see Jason, and now if I wanted to have a look at all of Jason's conversations, I could start to get a feel of all of this stuff. Oh, hang on. Did you see Ed Dale just posted an explanation of his Twitter following habits? I agree with Ed Dale that there's no need to follow everyone who follows you. Good on you, Jason. See, with social bookmarking, we can engage. I'm going to show you how you can engage Black Belt Mari, and this is my point. So let's reply to Mari. This is great. So I'm just going to click here. Now it's going to bring me to a logon screen. Here we are. Put in our Twitter username. Twitter. Here we are. We'll reply. Check that out. Isn't that sexy? And then I can just say, hi Murray. It's because I hate you. Kidding. I actually love following Murray stuff. Got some great Facebook stuff. What I want to do is just quickly respond by sending you this direct, and I'll hit post. Here we go, and all of a sudden I've posted my response. I'm going to see, I saw Dr. Manny there because he was interested in that. Where is he? Actually, he was up in this one, wasn't he? But for the purpose of this video, just so you won't, doesn't practice what he preaches. Most of his inner circle just follow each other. One-way marketing, not very social. And I'm just going to reply to Don, because I don't know Don, and say, mate, not true. This is why. And the cool thing is, I know Don's going to get that, which is great. Now, he may agree or disagree with me. I suppose it's not the point. But at least I have responded to him, and how long's it taken me? What? 5 seconds? I mean, I've been taking a while explaining it to you guys. But, for me, I just think that's brilliant. And you can see and see what I mean with just the people that I'm following? How much twirl is going off? Right, see all of these. So it's takes a bit. It would take a huge amount of time if you were following people, but I mean, my goodness, this is just it's just brilliant, don't you think? So I can follow stuff, and this has all been about me. But if I was a trout fisherman and I typed in trout fishing in the search, or I typed in another person I wanted to have a look at, all of a sudden, it becomes, fantastic, just brilliant. And I can go through and I can look at all of these comments, and I can do it in a sec. Now, for staying this long, it's turned into a much longer video than I'd hoped. But here's the piece de resistance. Check this out, folks. Follow my mouse. look up here, RSS Feed. I can have this, I can right click on this, oh, not there, sorry, I'll click on this. In this particular case I'm using Safari, not Flock, because I'm upgrading from Firefox to Flock, which is another video I'm going to show you guys. But I can now grab that RSS feed and off we go to the races. That'll appear as an orange thingo for Firefox and Flock users. So it's brilliant. I can chase everything. So anything to do with me, I'm across. Absolutely across. And this is what I'm going to go through, and I'm going to go through and respond to the rest of these people just to make sure that they know I'm watching and that I do care. And this is better than a two-way conversation, because I think with instant message we feel obligated to reply all the time instantly, and that's why it becomes such a time suck. With Twitter, you answer on your own terms. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means that you've got to balance it out. You know, if you want to go live online, do World of Warcraft. And I'm not saying that that's wrong. I love World of Warcraft. I love all of these things, but you just got to understand what you're using it for. But please don't mistake the fact that I don't follow you personally as being a slight against you. It's just not. It's either I haven't come across you or whatever. But if people are, but you can always contact me. And the best thing about Twitter, this is why I love it so much, if you just use the good old @EdDale, like these people, not there did, but here like Dustin has, I'll get it. And if Dustin sends me some interesting info, then I'm going to go, wow, I want to see what this guy's doing, and follow him. And you'll see in a video that I release very shortly, that's how I found somebody who's doing amazing things with small business on Twitter. And I'm going to bring you that video very shortly too. Now, for a whole philosophical discussion on Twitter, you want to tune in to this Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Summer Time in the United States. We're going to dedicate the entire 30-day challenge show to a discussion about the ins and outs and the etiquettes and the philosophies and the perspectives of utilizing Twitter. Because it is that important. I think people are starting to see how important it's becoming, and I think it'll be huge. So, with that, gosh, this went on way too long, but I think it's an important point, and what a tool Quotably is, huh? And that's just one tool. There are many, many more that I use to make sure I'm right across everything. Check it out, get into it. Speak soon.